What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the delay last week. I know we didn't get a predictions video for last week's card, but we are back for UFC 300, perhaps the best fight card of all time. Super excited to be telling you guys my picks and predictions, going through every single fight on this card. And man, it is not short on anything lit. Like, this is gonna be a banger, and I'm super excited about it. At first I was a little bit like stuck between, is UFC 299 maybe better than UFC 300, but once I go through the entire card of UFC 300, it's not even comparable. This is the way better card, and I'm super excited about it. Let's get straight into it, guys, and let's talk about these picks. Let's get it. We got UFC 300 Pereira versus Hill. And this is the main event of the evening. Definitely a good fight. I wasn't super excited when it was initially announced, but now once I'm seeing it, I can't see this going 5 rounds. This is going to end in a violent finish, and I'm super excited about it. Let's go to the very beginning of the prelims. Cannot believe the first fight of the night is Deiveson Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. This is going to be an amazing fight right here. I'm leading a little bit more towards Cody in this one. It's a tough pick, though. I like Deiveson Figueiredo. I liked his fight against Rob Font. I just feel like Cody Garbrandt is a completely different striker than Rob Font. Rob Font's one of those guys that relies heavy on his jab, very linear striker. I think Cody is, he likes to come around. He likes to come around with those hooks and stuff. I like Cody in this fight. I think that his defensive wrestling is going to be pretty good in this one. I think Figueiredo is also going to look pretty good. I think this one goes the distance. That's the main pick that I'm thinking for sure. These are both really tough guys. I do think this goes the distance. I know Cody Garbrandt's chin is a little questionable, and Figueiredo's looking pretty powerful up here. He did hurt Rob Font a lot. You know, this could go either way. I know the favorite is definitely on Figueiredo, and fuck it, we're gonna pick Figueiredo, even though I want to see Cody win this one really badly. I think just logically, I think Figueiredo gets this done by decision. It's going to be a close fight, though. I just think Figueiredo lands the bigger shots in the rounds. Moving forward, Bobby Green versus Jim Miller, another banger. Let's go. I was just watching Bobby Green in the media day interviews. Bobby Green, I don't know. He sounds a little rough. He sounds doubtful of himself. I'm questioning his mindset coming off that devastating knockout versus Jalen Turner. But even that said, I like Bobby Green on the feet in this fight. I'm leaning towards Bobby Green by decision. I think it's going to be a tough one. I think Jim Miller has the ability to finish this, possibly, but I'm leaning a little bit towards Bobby Green by decision. We're going to go Bobby Green on this one. Two favorites to start it out. Man, but those underdogs are super live. Those are super live underdogs. Moving forward, we got Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. Oh, man. I've not liked Jessica Andrade in her last few fights. It's been tough for me to pick her. The win over Mackenzie Dern, pretty good, but it's Mackenzie Dern. That's not even close to the same person Marina Rodriguez is. Marina Rodriguez is going to have crisp boxing. She's gonna keep distance. If she can keep herself from getting taken down, I think Marina Rodriguez wins this one 30-27, unanimous decision. I'm going with Rodriguez on this one. The odds are pretty close. Let me see what the odds are right now. These are old odds. Let's see. We got Jessica Andrade at -142, Marina Rodriguez at +112. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Marina Rodriguez, and she is the underdog there, so you're getting good money. Moving forward, we got Jalen Turner versus Renato Moicano. I like this fight a lot. This one's definitely a banger. This one could be potential fight of the night as well. I don't see how this one can go 3 rounds. Jalen Turner, all of his wins have come by finish. Super tall, 6'3" for a lightweight. No clue how he makes the weight. He does look rough when he does make it. Um, I'm going with Moicano on the upset. I'm going with Moicano on the upset. I think Moicano is going to get this fight to the ground. I think Moicano is going to possibly submit Jalen Turner. I think Moicano by submission is super live in this fight, you know? Let me look back. Jalen Turner has a rough time with straight up grapplers, but he did really well against Mateusz Gamrot. But the thing that Mateusz Gamrot doesn't have is the submission game. You know, the submission game of Moicano is next level. I think Moicano can get the neck. I think it's going to be a tough one. Yeah, Jalen Turner has never been submitted. Damn. That changes things a little bit. That makes it a tough one. I'm still leaning towards Moicano. I'm not super confident in it, though, because Turner has went his entire career without getting submitted. But Moicano's pretty damn good. And, you know, I know you're thinking, what about his last fight? Moicano didn't really do a lot of ground game in that one. Well, he did. But I think submitting Drew Dober is really hard. You know, that's a really strong, small, stocky guy. You know, completely different from Jalen Turner, who's extremely long. It's going to be easier for Moicano, I think, to get the submissions in on Jalen Turner. Moving to the prelims. This was actually the early prelims. Wow. Moving to the prelims, we got Sadiq Yusuf versus Diego Lopez. I'm going with Diego Lopez, man. I fucking love Diego Lopez, dude. This guy is a killer, man. He fights to finish, and he is the... I don't know if he's still the favorite. He was at one point. Let's see. He is still the favorite at minus 148. Yeah, I'm going with Diego Lopez. I think he finishes this one KO or submission. Hard to really tell how. Yusuf's really tough. And, you know, it could... Diego could win by decision, possibly. Either way, I'm going with Diego Lopez money line. I just think he's way more aggressive than Yusuf. But Yusuf is pretty good. I think this is going to be a tough fight. Pretty close, but Diego could slip something sneaky in there, you know. He's got submission skills for days. Moving forward, we got Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison. Can't believe they don't got a picture of Kayla Harrison here. Damn, that's unfortunate. So this fight is one that I think a lot of people are looking forward to, but at the same time, we're all a little worried that this could be a snooze fest, and it very well could be. I think Kayla Harrison is in a really good position to win this fight. Holly Holm is getting of age, 42 years old. She doesn't really show it, but I just feel like Kayla Harrison is going to be able to implement the grappling game. And who was it that Holly Holm had a hard time with? Was it Talia Santos? Caitlin Vieira? No, it wasn't Caitlin Vieira. Maybe it was Myra Bueno Silva. Either way, I think that Kayla Harrison is going to be able to get takedowns here. I think she's going to be able to get takedowns, get a lot of ground control, you know, possibly do some ground and pound as well. I don't think she finishes Holly Holm. I think Holly Holm is pretty defensively sound, but I think Kayla Harrison just gets the more ground control, and I don't know. I don't think Kayla is going to look good on the feet compared to Holly Holm, but I think Kayla is going to do what we don't see this a lot in women's MMA, is just the chain takedowns. I think Kayla Harrison is going to chain takedowns the way that we all kind of thought Erin Blanchfield was going to do, but Kayla Harrison is a legit judo gold medalist. I think she's going to chain takedowns, keep this fight on the ground, and just win a sloppy, slow decision. I'm going with Kayla Harrison in this one. And let's see, what is the odds? We got Kayla Harrison at minus 460. Huge favorite against Holly Holm. Let's see, what is her by decision? Kayla Harrison by decision is plus 130. So I think that's a good a good spot right there. Plus 130 odds on that prop. Moving forward, we got Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. This is one I'm super looking forward to. I'm a big Aljamain Sterling fan. I know a lot of people hate Aljo, but man, I like to see Aljo fight. You know, he's interesting. You know, he's an interesting case. I do think that Aljo gets this one done. I think Calvin Kattar's been off for a long time, coming off that injury. I think he's been out for almost 2 years now, a year and a half maybe ish, something like that. I just think he's been active. That's the word I'm looking for. Aljo's been so active lately. He's been competing in these jiu-jitsu tournaments, you know, winning a majority of them. I think he took a good amount of time away between this fight and the Sean O'Malley KO. I think Aljo's going to look really good in this fight. I think he gets the takedowns. I think Kattar has really good takedown defense, but he hasn't really fought any straight grapplers. There's not a lot in the featherweight division other than like Evloev. But I think Aljo is gonna have success here in the grappling. Maybe even get something going in the striking, be able to set his takedowns up a little bit. Calvin Kattar's another one of those New England guys. He's got a really good jab, just like Rob Font. They train together. Really good jab, straight shots. I think Sterling can probably figure something out and get this to the ground, get this victory. I'm going with Sterling by submission or decision. I'm going with the double chance there. He's already the favorite. Let's see. Yeah, Aljo is a minus 180 favorite. Submission or points is minus 150. Ugh. I would just take Aljo at money line, honestly. Aljo at money line isn't too bad. Minus 180. Moving forward, we got Yuri Prohaska and Alexander Rakic. I haven't seen Alexander fight a lot recently. He is coming off of a pretty big layoff injury. I don't like it. I don't like guys that are coming off these layoff injuries after a year plus of not fighting. It's just, I don't love it. I know Yuri also was coming off of a long layoff and only had one fight. He's only really had one fight in 2 years. I'm pretty sure Yuri has. So it goes both ways. I'm leaning towards Alexander Rakic in this one. I think he's going to be a little bit more composed. Yuri's just a little crazy out there, you know. I got to see more Yuri to really trust him, you know. Same with Rakic, though. I'm not super confident in this pick. I'm going with Rakic. He is the slight favorite. Really, really tough pick. I think Rakic by KO or decision, or just him at money line. Yeah, him at money line for sure. Moving forward to the main event, opening up the main card, main event. Let's go. We got Bo Nickel and Cody Brundage. Bo Nickel is the biggest favorite in history of the UFC. Let's see what it says right now. It might have even went higher since last. Minus 3,000 favorite. Wow. That's crazy. That means you have to give that means you would have to bet $3,000 to win $100. You would have to give them $3,000 in order for you to win $100. That is crazy. Don't bet on Bo Nickel, guys. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You're not going to make anything off of it. But he is the pick. I think the better option here, though, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it, is the under. The under play, under 1.5 rounds is minus 280. It's not super great, but it is parlayable. You can parlay that minus 280 into something on under 1.5 rounds. I don't see this going under or over 1.5 rounds for sure. I don't see it going over. So going with Bo Nickel in this one and the under 1.5 at minus 280. Moving forward, we got Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. Charles Oliveira is arguably one of the biggest superstars I think that the UFC has right now. Charles is a fan favorite. People love to see him fight. So aggressive. And when you think about it, he's only lost one fight of his last 10, I'm pretty sure. Like, the only fight he's lost is against Islam. And I know what you're thinking. Arman fights a lot like Islam. But, man, the way Charles Oliveira did Beneil. I just don't know. I know Armin did Beneil pretty dirty too, but this is a tough pick. I feel like my mind is telling me Armin, but my heart is telling me Charles. It's a tough pick. It's a tough pick. I'm going with the favorite in this one, Armin Sarukian. I think the takedowns are there. Oliveira gets taken down pretty easily, but he's dangerous. He's dangerous when he gets taken down. So we'll see what happens. I'm probably not going to be betting on this fight. I'm just going to watch and enjoy. But I think Armin gets it done probably by decision, maybe decision submission. I just don't know that Armin has the submission abilities that Islam has. You know how Islam hit Charles and then followed up on the ground and choked him out. I just feel like Armin would follow up on Charles and not choke him out. He's going to try to go for some ground and pound. And in that case, I think Oliveira is, I don't know, I think he's super live in this one. I think he's one of the bigger live dogs in this. And at plus 185, I'm switching. I'm switching my pick. I'm going with Charles Oliveira. Let's go, Do Bronx. Get the dub, my boy. Show him who the fucking champion is. We got the BMF title here. Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. I'm actually going to be doing a quick picks breakdown on my shorts here on the channel on the 3 title fights for UFC 300. Make sure to stay tuned for that. It's going to be dropping soon, very soon. Probably tomorrow, whenever you're watching this. We got Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway. Max Holloway coming up from featherweight to lightweight. Justin Gaethje coming off his win against Poirier to win the BMF belt, now defending it. I think this is going to be a really good fight, and I just got to be honest, I'm leaning towards Justin Gaethje. I think Justin Gaethje is I think he's going to be in a real good position in this fight. I think the power's there. Max Holloway, I mean, it's tough. Max Holloway looked really good against Arnold Allen, and Arnold Allen is like a kind of like a smaller Justin Gaethje with less leg kicks, maybe. It's hard to tell, but I don't know. They're both really powerful punchers. I think Max Holloway has a pathway to victory with a lot of volume. He has to keep the volume, push the pace, push the cardio, and just outstrike Gaethje if he wants to win this one. He's going to have to outstrike him by a lot, because when Gaethje lands, it's going to hurt Holloway. I'm going with Gaethje. It's going to be a tough one, though, man. I want Holloway to win. Probably not going to bet on this one either, just because I want Holloway to win so bad. I think it'd be so cool to see Holloway have some success at the lightweight division, stay up there. There's so many good fights at lightweight that I'd like to see Holloway, continue at. Moving forward to the strawweight title, we got Zhang Weili versus Yan Xiaonan, 2 Chinese fighters, both really, really high level. I think this fight is going to be really good. I'm leaning towards Zhang Weili. I think she's going to be a little bit more well-rounded. I do think that on the feet, this is going to be competitive. I think Yan Xiaonan is going to be very competitive on the feet with Zhang Weili, but Zhang has really good setups. She sets up her takedowns very well. I think she's going to get that done and squeak out a decision. Yeah, I think this one goes to the decision. I think Yan is tougher than a lot of people are giving her credit. She is I think she's the biggest underdog aside from Cody Brundage at a plus 340. That's pretty crazy. I'm thinking Zhang Weili by decision. That gets us a little bit better. I think we get plus 185. Pretty good, pretty good. Moving forward, we got Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. We got the main event of the evening. Let's fucking go. I'm leaning, hold on, let me think about this for a second. I've been back and forth. I'm leaning Pereira because of the Jamal Hill situation with his Achilles. He's been out for a little bit. Pierre's been pretty consistent, I like Pereira at light heavyweight. I think he's a little slower at light heavyweight, but I think that his durability is going to be there. I think Alex Pereira is going to have pretty good durability here at light heavyweight. Fuck it. Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill takes the belt back. Let's go. Let's go. Jamal Hill takes the belt back. I was not impressed with Alex Pereira's performance against Jan. I just wasn't impressed, to be honest with you. Yeah. I think Jamal Hill is going to be stronger. I think he's going to be able to impose his strength in this one and win by, I think, KO. I think he can win by KO. Like I was saying, though, I think that Pereira's durability is going to be a little better at this weight class, so it could be a decision. But I'm leaning Jamal Hill. I would just take the money line. You're still getting plus money at that. So Jamal Hill as the final pick of the evening. Let's go. UFC fucking 300 is lit. You already know. We got more on the way, guys. Make sure to stay tuned. Subscribe, drop a like, and let me know in the comments who do you guys got for these 3 main events and any other of the cards. I'd like to know who you guys are picking. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.